bags were horror lies.
Hello, welcome to Body Bags. My name is James and I'm your Sunday night reviewer. And this evening I decided to bring you a movie called Dangerous Men. So this beauty, I don't know where to start. Oh man. We have this movie made by this Iranian director who came to America. He wrote a movie. He kind of obviously directed it, produced it, did the music. He did basically everything but star in it. And he started this in the 70s, continued into the 80s, then into the 90s, and then it finally got released in the 2000s. It finally completed and released. Sadly, I believe it got released after his death, which is a huge shame. But sorry, I'm really tired. Lots going on this weekend, and just it's quite late doing the review. But I was going to do it earlier, but ended up doing other stuff. But that's besides the point. So yeah, this movie, filmed over 3 decades, it confuses you right at the start, because you see this guy and this woman. He kind of surprises her with this anniversary present, and then you see them again, but it's not them. But it is. It's them in the 70s. We just saw them from the 80s. So obviously they look like, I don't know how many, 10 something years older. Yeah, she looks a little bigger in the 80s than she did in the 70s. Yeah, they're walking on this beach, and these bikers decided to kind of antagonize them a little bit, and then they decide that they want to rape this woman. Yeah, the boyfriend fights back, ends up just murdering one of the bikers. It's really weird, strangling him to death, and the other one that's going to rape the woman decides you can't do that, and goes and stabs the boyfriend to death. Then the woman is like, I wasn't with him that long, I want to be with you now. And it's like, what the fuck? And then she goes with him. They go to like this restaurant. It's a hotel with a restaurant, we're eating dinner and stuff like that. And then she comes out and she's like, very specific with the sex scene. It's like, I want you to kiss my belly button and straighten my knees. Yeah, just they're naked. And then you need to see her naked, because she has a knife clenched between her butt cheeks that she stabs him multiple times with. She was just getting revenge. Of course, that's what you do. Do all of that just to get revenge. And then something kind of like snaps in her. So yeah, well, you can see why, because she gets she flags down the car, and yeah, to like get a lift. And the guy straight away is trying to rape her. It's like, I watched this like a couple of nights ago with my buddy. I was just laughing so hard because it happens a few times. It's like she's constantly men trying to rape her, and it's not funny, that. But within this movie, it's like every man is a rapist. Don't ever trust a man with a car. Oh, it's so funny. It's so stupid. And it's kind of like this crappy kind of version of John Cleese. And he's doing all this weird stuff, and we're following him for way too long. It's like, what is going on? Why are we following this naked guy running through the bushes? Anyway, she's driven off to see her dad. I think he gives her some money or something. At one point I was like, is he going to rape her? Because that's how it goes. But no, she goes off somewhere else from the city to befriend a prostitute, which is a really weird scene. And because she wants to learn how to be a prostitute, but she doesn't. She wants to just learn how to get close to men, to kill men. She's kind of a bit weird. She's killing men all the time. So she's killing them as a prostitute. She gets picked up in the car again, and of course she's in the car. The guy wants to rape her. Of course, that's how it always happens. She shoots him. And yeah, this whole time you've got this a policeman on the other kind of, it's like a split main story sort of thing, but the policeman was the brother of the boyfriend that got killed, and he's trying to track her down. He's terrible. He's looking in completely the wrong places. He has no idea. It's quite amusing. It kind of does get a little bit close with tracking this biker gang. But it's so dumb. He's like tracks his biker gang in this bar. There's a cafe. And this one woman goes outside, goes to the toilet, and then obviously the biker wants to rape her, of course, one of these bikers. So he follows in the toilet, but the toilet is actually a beach that's outside, and so she's kind of running around in the water, so he runs over to rape her. And then our guy, our policeman, you're getting confused by this review. Oh, the film is like this. It's confusing. So our guy saves her, grabs this guy in his chin, and he passes out from this, and then drives off with the woman to set the guy up that just tried to rape her to do it again. So he grabs her. So she's faking that she's got problems with the car. So he grabs her, like he's riding through, he sees her, and he grabs her, goes to rape her. Our policeman who settled this whole thing up gets his foot stuck in the car. So it takes him a while, then gets there, knocks him out with his chin again, and then ties him up and put in the car. So why didn't you just do that the first time on the beach? It doesn't make any sense. But just before all this, it's like the woman that we're following, who scenes flick between the 70s and 80s. So she's like gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight. But then she just randomly, some cops come up to her and goes, "We know it's you." And they arrest her. And that's the last you see of her in the film. And you're like, what? What's going on? And then, what was it? Black Pepper is the name of this leader of the biker gang. If you haven't seen it all, and then you see him with this woman, he's with his girlfriend, I think it is, or some woman of his, and this belly dancer is just dancing for ages, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? And yeah, that's going on. Then we're back to our policeman, who is with the guy that he this motorcycle rapist that he caught twice. And then he gets ambushed by these bikers. But then, so they were hiding in these bushes, hiding in some bushes further back with the police, and they ambush them. And it all goes nuts. And then this kind of Black Pepper runs away, is escaping. Our policeman finds him. They have this big fisticuffs, and our policeman gets knocked out. And then you don't see him again. And then you're following the old chief of police, who's this old guy running cross-country, keeping up with this guy. He's a lot younger, probably a lot fitter. He's managing to keep up with him. And they all get twisted around. At one point, he's just in this car, stood there, and this Black Pepper runs past him. And it's like, why doesn't he move? What is going on? Where's this Black Pepper running to? So he's running to this house, sees a blind woman inside, decides to try and rape her. What the hell is with this movie? And she's just sat there with a gun, tries to shoot him, but then it's all going wrong. He's going to rape her. But then our old chief of police comes in, arrests him, and the credits come up. And that's our movie. It's utter madness genius, because it's so much fun watching it. It's terrible, but you just cannot stop watching it. And you're watching it, you understand my comment about just howling at like this one, like the rape in this. I don't see people getting raped, and I know it's not a funny subject, but everyone's a rapist in this movie. They're just normal, everyday people, it seems. They're just rapists. The bad guys are rapists. Anyone that's not rapist, the police. It's just nuts. But it's so funny. And you got this repetitive music that's just so out of place all the way through, because he did his own music. And you keep seeing these recurrent characters and during different decades, so they look really different. And then your two main characters, so you have two stories which are kind of going parallel, but not like they are, but they're not. But then neither of them make it to the end of the film, and you're like, what? What the hell? But anyway, please, please, please. I think it's Draft House that put this out on Blue. Highly, highly recommend it. I need to buy this now. I watched it on Friday and I'm like, I've got to buy this movie. It's one of the best, worst videos out there. I promise. It's such a good movie. But anyway, that's the end of my review. Incredibly tired. Gonna go and get some sleep. Hope you enjoyed it. Catch you next week. Bye-bye.